It's Just Our Opinion podcast show starts it.
T-minus 4 minutes. T-minus 3 minutes. T-minus 2 minutes. T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's good, people? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Chaos, and it's Just Our Opinion Podcast. Broadcasting live and direct in the good city of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Yeah, it's gonna get kind of choppy tomorrow. I hate it. I hate it. Lord knows I hate it. But you know, it's always a reason for everything that goes along in society. In the world we live in, please believe it. I wasn't intended to be out here like this, but you know, things happen for a reason, like they always say. But anyway, man, hopefully it's on out tonight on all three platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be on here very long because I'm a little bit tired, but I just said I want to jump on here. Why pay for a platform and you're not on here all the time? You know, waste of money. But anyway, shout out to you guys that's watching, whoever's out here watching. I can't see who are watching, but you know, much love to you. You know, my brother Dark Prince gonna be on with me tonight. He's not feeling very well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give prayers. Just like me, I was under the weather Friday, Valentine's Day. No love for me at the time because I was didn't realize how sick I was until I went down to Houston. I mean, throat was dry and coughing and sniffing and spitting and all kind of old shit. But you know, like I said, I just believe there's so much shit in the air, man. There's so much going on out here. You know, the weather changing, you know, different climates and all kind of stuff going on. And it's really rough out here. It's really, really rough, for real. But I'm saying we're gonna get to the topic tonight. Tonight's topic is gonna be about air disasters. I know y'all been hearing for the last couple of weeks, maybe a few months, or whatever the case may be, about all these air disasters and stuff, man. You know, when I was young back in the days, like in the 80s and stuff, we used to hear about airplane crashes all the time. And the thing is, when you see plane crashes come across the screen, you know, see a news article or not, a news special report on a news special report, see news, and they say, yeah, you know, they just had an airplane crash in Dallas, Texas or some shit, you know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, you know, you want to know if anybody survived or didn't anybody. You know, that was pretty norm back in the days, you know what I'm saying? And it seemed like because then, you know, the aircrafts wasn't as now, you know what I'm saying? Back then, they pretty much did a lot of analog type of, you know, situations with those planes. back in the days. They technical computerized until like I want to say the mid to late 90s or mid to late 80s, early 90s, until this day now, what I'm saying? It's very high tech now to where the flames can down there land themselves. You know what I'm saying? All they got to do, the pilots got to do is just put the motherfucker in the air and bring it back down. So, you know what I'm saying? But with the rest, the flame does it by itself, you know what I'm saying? By technology, computer technology, set the coordinates, they just set the GPS coordinates and all that stuff in the head and shit. That flame gonna take you from point A to point B without a problem. But for the last couple of weeks, a few months or whatever, they've been having a lot of air disasters, you know what I'm saying? The biggest one was in DC. American airline plane that was bound to Wichita, Kansas, that was going into Washington National Airport, collided. It collided with the helicopter. The helicopter collided with the air. Weird was that the helicopter was flying awfully close to the glide path. The glide path is the path that goes where the flames follow, that goes towards the runway. That area is supposed to be clear at all times. But the thing is, for some odd reason, it wasn't clear. And then a military helicopter passed through the glide path right into an airplane. I have my theory on that, and I really don't want to get into that because, I don't to the ground because you can't be straight and forward on a lot of things on social media. But I'm just gonna be honest. I don't believe that's what happened. I believe it was something bigger than that. But yeah, that's crazy. It's really crazy. But at the same time, they news and tell you what they want you to hear, not what you ought to hear. Because I just don't see how a helicopter can fly into the glide path of a commercial jet going in to land at an airport, at a busy airport at that. Same time, I get it, because like I say, we don't write the stories. We don't know what's going on. All we do in the television and seeing what they put out there, and that's supposed to be true. It's just like this plane crash that Philadelphia. Now they had showed the video of the airplane falling from the sky and fell straight to earth, but it looked like a damn missile to me. Everybody was saying that looked like a damn missile. That don't like no damn airplane. And folks making excuses saying, well, it was a little like a private jet like thingy. So no motherfuckers traveled real fast and probably were going at a high rate of speed when it stalled out or whatever. I don't know. I kind of have my antennas up on that one too, because as you can see right here, this was the resemblance of the crash in Philadelphia. All you see is a hole in the ground. I don't see no plane parts or nothing. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, they didn't have an airplane crash in Atlanta. I guess about 2 or 3 days ago, killing 2 people on the outside of Atlanta. Taking off from Covington's little airport, Georgia. Covington is like east of Atlanta, maybe probably 10, 15 minutes east of Atlanta. Not that far. It's right on the outskirts. Been there. I've been there plenty of times before. And that pretty much made news. And then Toronto, Canada, where Delta Airlines flying Indianapolis to Toronto that just crashed. a few hours ago. Excuse me. And all 80 passengers survived. Thing is, I'm trying to figure out where the wing at on the plane. I don't see no wing. I just see one landing gear up, and I see the plane up. My thing is, how did the plane get up on its back like that? I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna go into details on that. It just seemed like so much shit is going on that's not being, scared that's going on in this society with all these aircraft. Because everybody blames Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying Donald Trump is firing and out on politicians, because the thing is, it's always a method to the madness. I know it's bigger than what it is. They're just not talking about it because they don't want you to know. They just want you to be afraid. They just want you to feel these situations going down. Them trying to lower raise the price of the airfares and keep folks from flying, going different places, because they might be up to something in this country that we don't know nothing about. I don't know what it is, but it's something. It just ain't stirring the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? It don't make any sense whatsoever. It sounds kind of weirdo type of shit. But I want to go on TikTok because I think I've seen a couple of videos dealing with this plane crash. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. I know they got some. I've seen a whole bunch of videos. That when they was coming out the fuselage of the aircraft. Let's see. Video right here. Check it out. I'm like trying to figure out where the rest of the plane parts at. I just see the fuselage, but I don't see the rest of the plane. And ain't nobody got no video footage of this shit. No airports we have. Usually have surveillance cameras around the damn airport. Ain't got no footage. That don't sound right. They trying to get their lives together first. They hit the original shit out. This shit don't make no sense. This fuselage now. Where the wing and the tail in the aircraft, all that shit. Where that's at? That shit don't stir right with me. I don't know what the hell. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. She don't make no sense. Yeah, that ain't cutting it with me. I ain't falling for that one. I don't know. Sound like something behind that. We're gonna leave that one alone. Cause I mean, when you see an airplane crash, you seeing parts everywhere. You don't see no bits and pieces and shit. They didn't crumble up planes from back in the days and just threw this shit on the damn runway and said, "Oh, plane crash." Nah, I'm gonna show you what a plane crash looked like. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what an airplane crash looked like in my eyesight that I used to see back in the 80s. Y'all check this out.
The fire and smoke which this morning enveloped a Delta Airlines 727 at DFW Airport.
13 people died in the inferno when Delta Flight 1141 crashed on takeoff, skidding to a fiery halt just 1,000 feet from the end of the runway. Incredibly, 94 people made it out alive. Channel 5's Mike Snyder was among the very first on the scene this morning, and Mike joins us live now from the crash site at DFW. Mike?
Brad Alice, it has been a very long and hot day for both us and for Delta Airlines. While this crash is indeed a tragedy, it has not been without its miracles. 13 people did perish in this violent crash, but the majority of the 7 people on board this plane, including 5 crew members, did survive. And it is that fact alone that tonight there is praise for both the crew and the people who did the rescue here. They did live to tell their stories, and now it is to sort through the stories of both the passengers and the crew and determine just exactly what did cause the crash of Delta Flight 1141. National Transportation Safety Board's GO team of top crash investigators flew into DFW Airport late this afternoon from Washington, D.C., and gathered this evening at a nearby hotel to organize their massive undertaking to determine the cause of this crash.
It's a slow and tedious process for some of you that have worked with us in the past. You know how it is, but we feel like we're objective, we're careful, we're deliberate, and we get the job done, and we'll find out really what happened and why.
4 investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board, Federal Aviation Administration, and Delta Airlines representatives were here at the crash site on the southwest corner of DFW. Less than an end of Russian and Pitt voice recorder. They have now been flown on to Washington, D.C., where they will be analyzed by the Aviation Administration's technical lab. This morning, it was a gruesome sight here. Just minutes after 9 o'clock, Delta Flight 1141, bound for Salt Lake City with 107 people on board and loaded with fuel, crashed in this parched field 1,000 yards from the end of runway 18 left. 94 people survived. 13 people were killed. DFW rescue and fire teams were on the scene within moments.
Now, see, that's an airplane crash. And I'm not saying it to be like glorifying it. What I'm saying, that's what I was used to seeing coming up. You know what I'm saying? And here's another one. Now, this one right here was a very memorable airplane crash. Well, a lot of them were anyway, but this one here is like something else. Damn. Oh yeah, hold on. This shit right here was crazy. This was the crash that happened around the same year. No, I think a year after. I think it was in '89. This United Airlines plane that was bound from Chicago to from Philadelphia. Well, I think it was down from Chicago. Was it going from Denver to Philadelphia or Chicago, something like that? And they ended up had to land in Sioux City, Iowa, because the plane lost its hydraulic system. And the guy brought that motherfucker in as good as he could. Captain Haynes, I think he here some years ago, but he was a veteran pilot, and he brought that plane in. Here's his situation.
Right, sir. Yeah, that's a closed runway. That'll work, sir. We're getting the equipment off the runway, and they'll line up for that one. How long is it? 6,600 feet, 6,600, and the equipment's coming off. Isolate this.
Yeah, that was crazy. That plane did a whole somersault. I think 100 some folks died. And there were some folks that survived. They didn't have not one scratch on their body. They were just unscathed. Yeah, those are the airplane crashes I was used to coming up. And I'll tell you, there was a hell of a tragedy. Then they had this one here. They had like in '86, and this was when I was living in Los Angeles. Of course, this happened on the outside of Los Angeles. Let's see. The crash. This is considered as the worst crash in U.S. history.
It's a somber
There you go.
anniversary of a tragedy that killed 82 people in Cerritos. It was 30 years ago today when a small plane collided with an Aeromexico jet, killing everyone on board and even some on the ground.
Yeah, today the community gathered at the Cerritos Sculpture Garden to place flowers in honor of those who died. CBS 2's Dave Lopez takes a look back at that disaster.
Third to go on a quiet, cloudless, picture-perfect, a small single-engine plane, a Piper, clipped the tail of an Aeromexico DC-9, flight 498, approaching LAX.
I can just remember the smell of jet fuel, the smell of death, body parts all over this place.
Did you believe what you were seeing?
I did not believe what I was seeing.
Part of the DC-9 in flames on Carmenita Avenue. A quarter-mile away, the Piper crashed into a playing field that was empty at an elementary school. On the ground, 15 people killed who lived on Riva, Holmes, and Ashworth streets. On the plains, 67 dead. Altogether, 82 people killed.
And almost passed out from the smell.
Current Supervisor Don Kanabe was the mayor of Cerritos, 30 years, August 31st,
So
Linda and Dennis McElwain lived in this house, destroyed. Son Jeff was with the mayor at church to stay home that morning. She died instantly when Linda's home moved on day. House was not destroyed. I get the feeling people don't like.
They don't. We don't.
For the most part, that's true. People have moved away. Gail Grossman stayed.
We were sitting in our and all of a sudden it got dark.
And then she heard a sound that you never forget.
We think about it all the time, you know, and we get on a plane and we hold each other's hand.
The pilot said on course and he going to be 5
but at a 9 fell straight to the ground. Horrific scene in this quiet before Labor Day, and people didn't know what to do. Those whose homes were not destroyed ran outside. Right back in.
families hiding in their bedroom outside, and they see this DC-9 and they see house, and it's, oh my God, what has happened?
The unbelievable occurred 30 years ago today. From Cerritos, Dave Law.
Yeah, that was crazy. I remember my nephew, the oldest nephew, said, I seen that plane when it fell out the sky. He said he didn't. It looked like a rocket, so like a big ass rocket. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the earth. Far away stayed there because he stayed in Lakewood, which is right next door. But the thing is, plane crash that happened back then because there was a little less technology than it is now. Because then they had pretty good technology, but not as good as it is now. Different on picking up certain aircrafts to where it was really noticeable on the scope. So a lot of this shit back then is totally different how it is now. You know, a lot of this stuff now, man, them motherfuckers can pick up a damn mosquito at a certain range, a bug or something, you know. So, I mean, things that then, even though that was, they said 30-something years, but it's actually now, it was like almost 40 years ago now. You know what I'm saying? Because it happened in 86, so it's 25 now. So I'm getting close to 40 years ago. I remember that, you know what I'm saying, because it was on Channel 5 News out in LA when I was out there. And it was like on the, I want to say that was kid when that happened. Yeah, and them folks lost their life, you know, and it was on a Sunday morning. And that, like the preacher, like the mayor said, show happened that Sunday morning. And I was at the house chilling because yeah, it was Labor Day week. So we had to go to school that Monday. So yeah. All too shit. 10 years old, almost getting around. We are 10 years old. Hell, I'm 48 now. Long. You know. Air disasters happen throughout the world. You know, a lot of pilot error, weather, you know what I'm saying, or maintenance. Those three situations, pilot, weather, maintenance. And one thing for certain, I can tell you, 9 times out of 10, it'd be more, I think it'd be more pilot than it is anything. Because when the pilot error is the fact that most pilots, when they get to, certain veteran pilots, when they get comfortable in doing what they do on a daily basis, flying those aircrafts, they feel like nothing is going to happen because, hey, I know what I'm doing. been flying 20 or 30 years or some shit, and and ain't nothing happening all this. You can't never say that, because that's not how life works. You might see something going and be fucked up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it is. Some folks might say, "Oh no, they Philippine fighters, they supposed to know what they're doing." No, you can know what you're doing, but hey, at the same time, you can't say shit ain't gonna happen and the shit gonna happen and ain't gonna happen. Well, that's how it works. That's how life works. Do it this Most High that everything gonna turn out okay, all right, or fine, or whatever. Things don't turn out to be like you want it to be all the time. That's not how it works. But my thing is, with this situation in this day and time, I feel like it's a whole bigger situation than what they're saying. But hopefully it will pour out sooner or later. But then again, it's probably not going to, because they do shit because they know that majority of the masses will fall for anything they tell them instead of using their own common sense. It's more of a feeling situation, emotional thing than a logical. It's crazy though. But anyway, I said I wasn't going to be on here very long. I just wanted to get that off my chest about these air disasters. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys that watched a little bit tonight. You know what I'm saying? And once again, y'all give praise to my brother, Dark Prince. He's not feeling very well. You know what I'm saying? That's my ride or die, bro. He'd be on here all the time. But just so happened he wasn't here tonight because he's really under the weather. He said I texted him earlier today. He said he's getting back to himself again. So I know he must have had the flu or something. But like I say, he can be healthy, but the air and they get your immune system, no matter how healthy you are, you still get sick as hell. Please believe it. You know what I'm saying? Shit in the air and they doing all kind of shit. I believe they fucking with the weather. I know that. Trust me, I know that for a fact. Ain't no turning back on that saying that they ain't, because they are. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get up off this thing. I just had to do a little live tutorial. You know what I'm saying? Much love to you watching a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I hardly be on here every now and again. I hardly be on here a lot like we used to because I be busy. But just so happen I'm not busy now because my truck is down. So I just said I wanted to come on here and say a little something about this little natural air disaster situation that's going on. But anyway, next time we'll be back on here. Hopefully we'll be back on here for the Oz Brothers, our Coach Our Music segment, you know what I'm saying, coming up at the end of the month. So y'all stay tuned to that. Anyway, let me go ahead and jump off this thing. Y'all have a good night. And I will holler at you guys later. Deuces.